So it all started one day. I had a dream, and my dream was to stress myself out so much that I would end up in the hospital because of my stress.
Real story?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why? What caused it?
Yeah, it's funny. They actually don't know. This happened like a couple months ago. I was like literally.
Oh, like recently?
Yeah.
No way.
Um, I was recently in the hospital a couple months ago, and then I had to stay at home for a couple months, and I have like a brain condition now. They call it IIH, idiopathic intracranial hypertension. Idiopathic means they have no idea why it happens. Intracranial, it's in my head. Hypertension, just pressure. So it was literally a buildup of fluid that you have, and so they had to do like a lumbar puncture and take some fluid out. I'm on like gnarly medicine. Had to like drop some weight, and yeah, and so like I have this new thing, but they don't know what causes it. Studies have shown that it could be like a rapid weight gain. So the neurologist, he goes, "Have you gained a lot of weight recently?" I'm like, "Well, the past like 40 years, maybe." He's like, no, like recently. I was like, "No, I've always been, this size for a while." And then so he was like, "Well, it could be like stress." And so yeah, there's stresses that sometimes come with building anything.
Of course.
So I think that's kind of what did it. But
How are you doing now, though?
I'm doing a lot better. Yeah, so like the symptoms were like crazy gnarly headaches. Like headaches like you wouldn't believe. Like you feel like you're gonna die. They used to actually call the disease pseudo tumor or something because it mimics a tumor.
Oh wow.
Without having to be a tumor. And so it's like, yeah. So but I'm doing good. I feel like I came back going 100 miles an hour again. So I don't know how to
How to slow down.
but I mean I have help, right? Like luckily we stayed in business in those 2 months I was out because people stepped up and helped me out.
So what is your business?
So I own a marketing agency called Summit Creative Group, and we focus on branding, storytelling, content creation.
Okay.
And so what comes with that is like, of course we can do, help people with like their branding when it comes to who their target audience is. We can do research and development, and then of course down to like logos, web design, things like that for
nice.
them. Having a plan of like content pillars
Okay.
to see who their target audience is and how we're gonna reach them best, and then on the boring side like SEO and things like that,
Yeah.
to figure out the data part of the marketing. But on the very simple, fun side, social media management. So doing content for their socials, Instagram, TikTok, all that fun stuff.
Okay.
Some people just want that or just need that, and so we can do that as well. And then also we can build out fun experiences for them. So like if a client says, "Hey, I want to throw like this really cool event," so we can come in, and that's where kind of SA Creatives kind of steps in. So SA Creatives is an organization for creatives, and our mission is to bring community together through art and culture.
Yeah. You see, I think I've definitely heard of SE Creative.
Yeah. And so that's kind of what we do. And we do that by hosting meetups, and the meetups can be like photographers, models, designers, performers, anybody who is a creative or creative at heart. They're always invited to come out. And our purpose is, one, that people meet each other, two, they collaborate with each other, and three, that they stay in San Antonio and do what they love together. Because I think sometimes, to your point, on your TikTok that I saw, people don't know that there's other people just like them out there that are just looking for community.
Absolutely.
And I think whenever you figure out you're not the only weird one out there, you feel a little more comfortable and more comfortable in your skin to share some of like what you've been creating and working on. And you get encouraged too. And then sometimes people actually encourage you to be like, "Yo, like your music's great. Why aren't you putting it out there for people to hear?" And they're like, "Oh, I don't know." And so I think that's what community does. We have a definition that I kind of came up with about what community is, right? Of course, there's probably like a Webster's definition, but I believe community is a collection of souls exchanging in grace and love.
You see, I love that.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
that's all it is. A true community doesn't like throw shade. They don't tear you down. They build you up. And it's just like our souls colliding in a beautiful way. And we should show each other grace and love.
Absolutely.
And when we do that, like beautiful, beautiful things happen.
Absolutely. No, you're right.
And also, and when no one cares who gets the credit, you know?
It's true.
And it's just great. And so that's kind of what SJ Creatives does. And of course, it sounds really broad and simple, but then there's like really intentional things that we do as well. There's different series that we have. So we have our meetups, right? Broad meetup. And then we have a food series that we're hoping to continue called Grub and Goods, where we
Okay.
bring in someone who's a chef or who cooks or bakes, talks about their craft, makes their thing. We got to try it,
Share
and
that,
then
yeah.
we do like maybe like a food styling, photography workshop. We do like a branding, how to brand your food, things like that at the end. That's the grub part. The goods part is we invite local CPG products to take part in it as well.
Okay.
To help
Local
out. CPG, so consumer packaged goods.
Okay, okay,
So
gotcha,
it can
gotcha.
be anything like from packaged matcha to teas to, you know,
Yeah, I love that.
anything,
Yeah,
right?
that's it.
Salsa. Because we have a lot of local brands that do that, you know,
course.
and I think that sometimes we forget, like, there's these brands that are local, and you see them on a shelf, and you sometimes don't know if they're local or not. But if we give them awareness, next
Yeah.
time you go, you may buy the local salsa over the one who's maybe national to support, you know, your neighbor.
Yeah, local, absolutely.
So there's that one. We have a music series that we're helping start back up here in San Antonio called So Far Sounds.
Okay.
And so that one's really great. It's actually a global music initiative that was here in San Antonio 2019. And so they reached out to us to help start that back up. And it's really cool. It's going to be really cool. So we're hoping to do the first one in January. We have a mixer coming up on December 18th at Bubbles in Bourbon. It's a bar off of Austin Street.
Okay.
So that one's coming up. Just to kind of let people know, hey, we're back. We're doing some things.
So what's the whole concept of the music one?
So that one is to support local artists and kind of do it like somewhat like in a tiny desk kind of feel. So like do it like in homes, you know, have them perform in places that you kind of wouldn't
Interesting. I love that.
be
yeah.
a music venue, right? Of course, it could be like a coffee shop. Me and somebody on my team was talking yesterday. He has a Jeep Wrangler, where he's got like a thick metal like roof thing rack.
Okay.
That's meant for like hunting, right?
Mhm.
And I was like, he started saying, he's like, I wanted to have like a band playing Christmas songs and just driving around my neighborhood. And I was like, dude, we can make this a So Far Sounds concert. And so things like that are kind of out of the norm
yeah.
of music.
Would
But
it be open to the public? Or is
yes, be open to the public.
Okay.
More than likely there'd be ticket sales, right?
Okay.
But also the great thing is we would be able to pay the artist, right? Which a lot of artists don't get paid. Sometimes they just want to get exposure. So we're
course.
giving them both. We're giving them exposure and we give them a little bit of a paycheck,
That's amazing.
right?
Yeah. I
But
love
then
that.
also the sound techs get paid. People who host, so like if it's a coffee shop, we give them a small stipend to just host us, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's the purpose behind like So Far Sounds is
Yeah.
to
No,
support
that's awesome.
local, but they're also a national brand as well. So that's a music series. I have a podcast that
Okay.
I need to I have like 4 episodes that are in the bank that I need to edit. But the podcast is the Visioneer podcast, and so that one, the word Visioneer is something like that I believe is somebody who moves things forward, right? A creative who moves things forward. Because the word creative, you know, can get a little blurred sometimes.
Absolutely.
And so I feel like creatives, they move things around really well, but a visionary moves things forward. And you need each other. And if we can work together, because not everybody wants to run their own business.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just want to create. And so I talk to different people who are moving the city forward, moving the community forward, and we just talk about how their process is, what they do, what inspires them, their failures.
Yeah.
and hopefully inspire other creatives or other people to kind of step up and maybe take that visionary standpoint. And then we have an all women's series called the Her Collective.
Okay.
So Her is an acronym for healing, empowering, and restoring.
Okay.
And anything we do with that, we've done one so far. We want to do more. We'll follow one of those tracks: a healing track, an empowering track, or a restoring track, or all of the above. And our goal with that is to pair up maybe mentors, women that are creatives that have either run their own business or that are successful at their craft, and inspire the younger generation of women that are maybe timid or just getting into their craft, to let them know, like, hey, you can do it. You can do it, and it's not impossible. And so I'm a girl dad. I have a daughter. She's 13.
Oh, no.
And so I also want her to be around women that are inspiring her.
Absolutely.
And also, I think she has a lot to give, and I think sometimes, being in a creative business for a while, men or women, but sometimes especially like women can kind of feel like they're in a man's shadow, right, in the professional world,
Okay.
especially a creative professional
Yeah.
world. And I think the younger creatives can maybe give them a little bit of a little energy boost, and seeing how they were that age at one point, just dreaming
That's true.
and fearless, and so that's kind of what we want to do with that. And it's something that my wife and my daughter can kind of do together. And so
Is your wife also creative, or is she?
yeah, she is.
Okay.
She is. I would say she's like an undercover creative, because like she's a singer, right? So she
Oh,
can
no way.
sing.
Okay.
But also she's really good at like art. She's really good at art. And so is my daughter. My daughter has some of her artwork here. That mouse and the Spider-Man and the Princess Leia, she did those on the wall. So
You see, those are really nice.
yeah.
They're
So,
really nice.
but that's kind of SA Creatives in a nutshell.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
a lot of subs under. So, what's your main theme? Because I know you have your branding, right?
Yeah.
Do you combine it with SA Creatives, or they're two different things?
They're two different things.
Yeah.
But I guess like the umbrella is Summit, right?
Okay.
So SA Creatives is a for-profit
course.
business. It's not a nonprofit, even though we do a lot of nonprofit work. It is a for-profit, which, we don't do a lot of things that make us a lot of money. This year we are focusing on how to monetize some of the things, the music series, things like that. The food series, we're getting sponsored. And mainly it's not to really make a lot of money off of it. It's to be able to support the people that come, because, a venue sometimes costs money.
Of course.
The people that we have that are on the team, they're all volunteers. And so it'd be nice to pay them a little bit every once in a while for all the hard work they put in. And so we are focusing on hopefully to monetize some things next
That's amazing.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
love
So,
that.
but for now, it's something we all do together.
Okay.
Because we just love it.
How many people are in your summit?
Summit, we have four of us, and then we have a collection of subcontractors that we keep really
Okay.
close to us that are ready whenever we give them a call. And so,
amazing.
yeah.
Subcontractors, as in video editors, or
Video editors, videographers, graphic designers, web designers,
That's really cool.
Anybody ready to work, but also people that I know their work and their
course.
worth as well. And so it's been one of those things that, you have to build up over time. And so I think I've made pretty good connections with a lot of people. So
That's amazing.
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
SA Creatives. Okay, so you're the founder of SA Creatives then?
Yes. So I'm the founder of the SA Creatives UC, and I love talking about this, because it was started by a couple of guys back in 2018,
Okay.
2017, 2018. And one of my friends that has a nonprofit was like, yo, there's these guys and they're just starting this photography group, and I automatically thought about you and being a part of it. So I had reached out, and I went to the very first one they had, and it was really cool, and music was a part of it too in the beginning. And so I kind of was always there behind the scenes, right? And also they were all super young. They were and they still are. Most of the people that come to Esther Creatives are so young, and like they were all young, and I was trying to keep up. Dude, they were skateboarding and climbing on roofs and taking photos, and I was just like this dude just trying to keep up, right? But it kind of like sparked something in me to be like, this is awesome. Like I didn't have this when I first started, because I started doing photography because I'm a photographer by trade in like 2011.
Okay.
Most of the community that I found was film photographers that were starting to turn to digital in the wedding industry. And dude, I was in the wedding industry for over 10 years, so I can say this: they're boring.
Yeah.
They're boring old dudes, bro. And a lot of times too, asking them for help or trying to build that community, and that it wasn't always appealing to them. They're like, why do you want to know like our secrets, or like why do you want to know? And so I didn't have that. And so for me, some years later, finding that, it was really cool. So long story short, they ended up leaving, moving away.
Okay.
And Esther Creatives, after the pandemic, just kind of stayed dormant. And God had been putting in my heart to start this like another creative group for people. And one of the guys, I talked to him, I'm like, yo, Esther Creatives has been sitting here for like over a year, 2 years. Like, when you move, what's gonna happen? And he was just like, well, I'm probably just gonna go away. And I was like, hey, I'm starting this new group. Do you mind, before you move, can we point everybody to my new thing to let them know, like, hey, I'm going to continue doing this? And he was just like, yeah, of course, like, that'd be awesome. And then I just saw his wheels starting to turn. He was just like, why don't you just take over Esther Creatives? He's like, you can change the name, make it your own, but we already have the platform and we have the following. Yeah. I think at that time there was less than 1,000 people, which is cool. And he was like, but it's something, right? And I'm like, I never thought about that. And he was like, yeah. He goes, and we'll just announce that you're taking over and you're making it whatever you want to make, and just let it be your new thing. And I was just like, okay, is this happening? He's like, yeah, I guess. And so I'm like, okay. And so so I decided to keep the name. I almost changed it, and I decided to keep the name. And I did rebrand everything. I changed the mission. I changed the logo. I changed the feeling. I basically changed everything because, to them, no shade to them or anything, but they weren't in the creative field. The guy who left, he was in real estate. And so like his thing wasn't like branding and putting all that time in. And also it's hard. He had just got married, and super hard to focus on something like this. But for me, I was just like, let's make this different. And so I did. And, we went from, a couple hundred, followers to, I think right now we're close to like 6,000 followers, by just making things happen, and kind of changing the feel and the mission of what it was. And so, so yes, I say, no, I'm not the original founder of what the idea was, but yes, today what you see, yes, that's something that I'm the founder of. So
it's really cool. Okay. How often do you do your meetups?
At least once a month.
Okay.
I feel like this month though we're doing like four things. Yeah, dude, like it just kind of happened. Some of them are not just our meetups. Some of them are other people's like events that we're invited to be a part of, or a host for. Yeah. So that's always easy too, because it's like we don't have to do it like the heavy lifting. We can just show up.
And just be there.
Yeah, but at least once a month we try to do at least one. Yeah.
What's been the hardest part of either the summit or Esther Creatives for you?
Honestly, bro, like I think being consistent has been really hard.
Is it because it's too much on your plate, or?
Yeah, mainly because there's a lot going on, besides the two things. So, taking off, Brendan?
Yep, I'm headed out. Nice meeting you guys.
Pleasure.
Or meeting you. That's all right.
Pleasure.
Hey.
I've met you before.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
But all you guys enjoy your combo. I gotta go down, and Tommy's doing his little re-election thing right now, so go there. Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a shoo-in, right?
Yeah, well, nobody's running against him, but
Yeah.
it's like they do, like, for every candidate, they do like a little, like everybody like shows
Oh,
up
of
with their
course.
whole team and everything.
Of course. All right, well, good luck.
Bye.
He works for a local precinct.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's like their video guy, which is really cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
he creates content for them.
Yeah. He's a video guy.
That's
So,
that is
but
cool.
yeah, but he's one of the subcontractors I used to. So he's really great. He's helped us a lot. He helped me with a documentary, like a mini documentary.
Okay.
For the rodeo, Stockstone Rodeo.
Really?
That was fun. That was a lot of fun. That was like, 2 years ago? Yeah, that one was fun though. That one was good. But yeah, I would say consistency is like probably the hardest thing. Cause like, yes, I have the business, I have SA Creatives, and then being here at Geekdom, I'm a mentor for some of the startups. They come the program. There's a mentorship program. I'm a mentor of another cohort. I do panels sometimes from here and there. I've done like a few keynote speeches and things like that. I do work at a church as well on Sundays, and so there's like a lot. Of course, I'm a dad, I'm a husband.
Yeah.
So I think juggling all of these things and being consistent at it is always like the hardest part. Yeah. I think if it was the only thing I did, probably not. But I do so much other things, and so that's why it gets a little hard.
You do, yeah. No.
I'm addicted to it though, man. I can't help it, bro. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I'm addicted to it.
What's one thing you wish you had, I guess, more support in? Whether it be for Summit or SA Creatives.
I think like on the SA Creative side, for sure. I guess more of kind of like the vision, the broader vision, because it's really hard for a lot of like people to understand like the broader vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I can say the broader vision, but if you don't capture it, it's kind of like I'll never be able to say it the best way you can feel it.
Okay.
And
in your words, what's the broader vision of SA Creative?
The broader vision is for people to hear about us and actually get impacted by us in a real way.
Okay.
And currently, what we're doing, we're impacting people, but we're not doing it at max capacity. And the reason being is it takes money.
Okay.
It takes money.
What's your vision? Like, I guess what's the picture in your mind of like someone getting impacted like fully? Like what's
So we have a few stories where I feel like some people have, right, by not luck, but my vision would be to have like a huge warehouse, right, a big beautiful building, right, somewhere, and it'd be the story of Ellis Island in New York. So Ellis Island is an island where immigrants were coming from Europe, Italy, and places like that, all over, and it was where the customs immigration process would happen, and so everybody would go through Ellis Island because everybody wants to come to New York City, right?
Yeah.
That's what all the world knew about New York City, because it was the fastest growing city in the world at that time. So they would come, get their papers, and go through the process. I want SA Creatives to be the Ellis Island for creatives coming to San Antonio.
Okay.
Or finding out about, there's a community. So it'd be nice to have like the county and the city behind us, either funding or supporting in some sort of way where they can say, when people are trying to figure out, I just moved here, what do I do?
Yeah.
This is my thing. I'm part of this commerce now. I'm part of this. I'm part of that. I just came to Geekdom. I want everybody to point to SA Creatives, if you're a creative, to say, go here. They walk in. There's a beautiful front desk. There's somebody saying, hey, what brings you in? Oh, I have an appointment today. Cool.
Yeah.
Who is it with? Then we understand it's with the photography department, the videography, the painting, whatever it is, graphics, tech, web. and that community has a place that's permanent, and we help them in different ways, where a place to actually work, a place to create, but also a place where we can actually offer programming so they can learn, how do I do my taxes as a creative?
Okay.
Where
Yeah.
do I fall in the bracket? You know, do I need a DBA? Do I need an LLC? What is an S Corp? What is a C Corp? You know? And so I want to have all that in one place, and also be able to support maybe a creative who has a broader vision. They want to do the things, but they don't have the funding. So I want to create funding for them too, where we can
Okay.
do like pitch competitions or some kind of thing where they can actually get money to help them buy the camera that they need, or buy the painting set they need to create. That right there, if the city gets involved or the county gets involved, they're not only supporting a part that I think is under validated, that's underseen, but they're supporting the economy, because we're not in a creative economy anymore. The economy is a creative economy.
Yeah.
If people like it or not, we're in a creative economy, and when a city gets behind that, it grows.
Yeah.
Perfect example is a few miles up north, Austin, Texas. They've invested in their creatives, and the city has blown up because what do you hear about? Austin is a place for music. Austin is a place for art. Austin is a place for food. I'm not hearing Austin is a place to buy stocks. I'm not hearing Austin is a place for real estate. It is, well, now it is, right?
Yeah.
But all these things, because they invested in the creatives in their city.
Yeah.
Austin didn't get the tagline "Keep Austin Weird" because it was a bunch of people that weren't creative. It got that tagline because it was a bunch of creatives that decided to be there, and the city was like, shoot, we have to make it where they can actually make their thing and make money.
Yeah.
And that blew up to where now investors are seeing that, and now they're moving into the city, and it's growing. And people wonder. Same with New York. You think about New York, you think New York Fashion Week. You know, you think, of course, now the stock market. That's always been, but creatives thrive in a place, in a city that invests back into them.
No, I
and I
definitely
think
agree.
San Antonio's done a great job at it. They just haven't figured out who creatives are. You know, I think if you go to the arts and culture department, you can ask them who's a creative to you. They're gonna say, oh, the people who do the murals outside, which I love all the murals in San Antonio. Beautiful, beautiful work. But they're never gonna say, oh, it's the guy who made that cool reel.
Yeah.
They're not gonna say that, because that's not the first thing that pops in your mind when you say who's a creative to you.
Gotcha.
And it's gonna take some time, right?
Of course.
But I think if we're able to be an ambassador for creatives, then the more we can say, like, these are who creatives are. It's the SA creatives.
Yeah.
It's the people that are doing, yes, maybe not always doing the stuff that you might think is art, but for me, it's more than just sometimes art in the traditional sense of painting and even photography. There's people who dance. There's people who play saxophone like no one's business.
Yeah.
You know, there's people who thrive in doing hair. You know, I know I saw you just did your hair. You know what I'm saying? That's an art.
Yeah.
You know, and I think San Antonio will get it. It's just gonna take some time.
Absolutely.
It's gonna take some
No,
time.
I agree.
So
I love the vision, though.
Yeah.
I really do like the vision.
That's my vision, bro.
No, I really do. I love that vision.
and if it catches on, then of course, you know, there's that case study to be able to take to other cities.
Absolutely.
And be like, hey, look, we did this here. It really worked. This was the outcome. If we can start here in your city, this is what it would take. You know, so start working on the budget for next year. Put aside this, and we'll build it for you.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I love
yeah.
that. No, you're absolutely
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the bigger vision.
It's a great vision.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think's like the first step you need for yourself?
Honestly, like, I need to make SA Creatives work at the level it's at now. And it's working, but it needs to be in a place to where we're able to do these like mini programs. Because I don't need crazy funding, right, to do these smaller programs, to make that a little mini case study, to be able to show the city or a nonprofit or somebody to be like, hey, look, this worked. We just need more help. And so I think being more intentional about creating some of these things now, right?
Yeah.
Because the things we're doing now, they're fun, they're awesome, they're entertaining and all that, but at the end of the day, I don't want it to be just something someone comes to. I want it to be something that someone benefits from.
Absolutely.
Than just the meeting somebody.
Absolutely.
I love that, but I want somebody to walk away with knowledge and with something where they can actually be like, wow, I learned so much. I think I can do this for a living and start feeding my family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
But we have to be intentional about those things, and it's hard because it's not my main thing, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm only one person, and so I think having the help is kind of pinnacle on if it's going to work or not. So some of the sweat equity has to be put in.
Absolutely.
But I think anything that's ever been built and built right, people don't get they don't get something out of it right away, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you just
it's
can't,
investment.
you just can't, you know. If there's nothing there, you just can't get anything out of it right away. And so that's why when I say the broader vision, sometimes people don't see that the thing you're actually getting out of it is doing something purposeful.
Yeah.
And for some people, that's not enough.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's okay.
Absolutely.
You know?
And
I hope they
understand.
find their purpose in whatever they're doing. But for some people, that's not enough. They need something more.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But for me, it's enough. Like, just knowing that I help somebody gives me enough purpose to keep on going and pushing. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's times where I'm just like, I'm gonna close everything down. Like, this is too much for me. And then someone freaking sends me a text or a call or whatever, and they're like, oh my gosh, like, thank you so much for doing this. Like, what you do for the community is so amazing. I don't know where I would be without. And I'm like, God dang it, I can't quit now. Like, there's no way I'm gonna quit, you know, after something like that. So, but what about you, man? Like, I know you just started the meetups, like the branding meetups, and like what is like your goal behind that?
My goal is to build a platform. I'm working on building an app. The whole purpose of the app is to.
And of course, if you're not ready to talk about some of that stuff too, like no pressure.
No, absolutely. No, I think that my thing is learning how to talk about it. Like, I know, like, I have so many ideas, and it's just like I just don't know how to express them. You know, like, instead of like me making sense, it's just all over the place. So that's always been my thing. But what I'm really working on is building a platform to help people get discovered, like branding.
Gotcha.
And I say brand in the sense that it could be a photographer, like a hairstylist, just anybody building any type of brand, whether it be a business brand or a personal brand. It's just helping people get discovered easily, efficiently. But the main goal is people that actually want to be discovered. And I think as a creative myself, one of the struggles that I'm really contemplating about is just leaving San Antonio and like going to like New York, LA, or San Francisco.
Yeah.
It's because like what I'm having trouble with, and again the whole main reason why I'm starting this is because like I want to give so much, but it's like finding the people that are there for the right intentions. Like, you know what, like, hey, you know what, I'm free tomorrow, like, let's go do something. Oh, you know what, like, I'm free this week, let's shoot. And I'm met with yeah, you know what, like, let's do it. And then it just bails, you know what I mean? Or it's like people reach out to me, hey, like let's shoot. I'm like, I'm down, let's shoot this week. Let's shoot tomorrow, let's shoot this week, let's shoot next week. Oh, you know what, I actually can't, I'll reach out to you next month. I'm like, okay, like, and that's the thing that I'm really trying to work on, trying to find, like, build a platform where people that actually wanna like create, people that actually wanna meet, so that way it's like, it's not just necessarily for myself, but let's say a business, right? Hey, you know what, like, they come up with an idea like last minute, I need a photographer. They jump on the app and they're like, you know what, like, this, I built a brand so much that I could find a photographer here that I know they're gonna show up. I don't want to be able to, I don't want to jump on here and then like reach out to, like, it's just like right now, like the struggle of like me trying to find, let's say you tell me like find me a model. I'm like, okay, I don't know any models. Let me reach out to 50 models. Maybe from those 50 models, only 10 respond, right? And from those 10 people, like 5 of them are serious. And from those 5, like maybe 1 shows up. So it's just like eliminating that whole process of just jumping on the app and saying, you know what, here are very dependable like photographers that I could just reach out to and just make something happen. So that way you start building like your Rolodex, you know, like a model that, like a person that doesn't even want to be, doesn't know anything about modeling, but they're like, you know what, I really want to build my portfolio.
Yeah.
Let me jump on this platform and let me find all the photographers that want to collaborate.
Yeah.
And it's just like moving with intention, moving with the purpose, just everything moves so much quicker when people actually like say they want to do something and they like actually show up.
Actually do it, yeah.
So that's, I mean, we have LinkedIn, but like you're going to spend amount of hours,
trying to finding
people, and then after that you got to message all these people, and then from all of that you spend so much more time like messaging back and forth.
By the
like,
time
hey, you know
the
what?
person already found somebody else.
So that's one thing that I really want to, and I want to be able
That's cool.
I want to be able to integrate it with smart glasses. The main vision is to build a platform where I go to a new city and I'm like, you know what, I land here, I want to shoot with a model, or like just like, you know what, I type it in, I'm looking for a photographer, and I don't even have to touch my phone. The moment I start walking past them, like my app or like my camera like detects all the photographers or like the models around me, and it's like, you know what, this one's photographer, and you reach out to them and like, hey, I'm available today only, you want to create, and it just eliminates all that process of finding people. Like the app is gonna find the people for you, it's gonna connect you to the people, and you already know that the people that are on there, it's because they're there for a purpose. They're like, you know what, like let's actually like meet up.
I wanted to start a thing. Well, I kind of started it last year, but I just didn't continue with it. Within SA Creatives, called the Collective, and the Collective was kind of like that. The serious people were they're put like on a platform, probably just on our website or whatever. But eventually, it would be nice to have like an app, right? And then basically, whenever someone reaches out to us, when they want to find, because they reach out to us all the time, like, hey, I need a wedding photographer, whatever. And I find them, right? Sometimes we make money like that too with SA Creatives, but also a way for the creatives to find the serious creatives and kind of like build a little online community where they can connect, right? And then we charge like a membership fee for that. But then also there's other things where they can get invited to like the collective only meetups that maybe it's like in a really prestigious spot that I just won't let anybody go be a part of, you know, especially when they're paying. And it creates a small revenue. So I love that idea. Like, that's a great idea. I love that. And I think it'll work. I would say San Antonio is a good place to build that because it's a place where you can test it really well.
Absolutely.
And if it fails in any sort of way, no one's gonna write about you.
Yeah.
And where it's just like, because if you do something like this in Chicago or New York or LA, and people are like, oh, you're trying, and people are gonna write about you, and you probably don't want that bad PR. Right away. San Antonio is great for that. It's a beautiful training ground. Testing ground, I mean.
I definitely agree with that.
But that's cool. So like, how can I help you?
Right now, what I'm currently working on is building a database. Of like models, photographers, and what I want to start doing. What I started doing is like, I want to be able to like either shoot with them or create like a little mini podcast. Just so that way it shows intention. You know what I mean? Just so that way I want to be able to put them out to the world, so that way people know, okay, like there's this model and she's really interested in, and so that way other people could. But I think the hardest part is finding those people. You know what I mean? Like people that actually, like, I can make a database of like nothing but models, but that defeats the whole purpose of people that actually wanna, and that's like my biggest roadblock of like, you know what, like if I reach out to you and I'm like, hey, or they reach out to me like, hey, like I want to be part of it, and I'm like, you know what, let's meet up tomorrow or next week for coffee, and they're like, well, I can't. Well, then I'm like, I mean, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of this, because then if someone reaches out to you about creating, then like my brand gets like very like diluted, because they're like, well, I tried reaching out to this person and they don't want to like connect. So I'm like, your platform isn't really working out. So it's, I think for me, it's like finding those people that actually want to do it, and like just doing this, you know what I mean? Like just sharing people's stories. That's all I want to do. Like at this moment, build a database and like being able to connect like photographers with models with photographers. One thing I really want to start doing is connecting businesses. Like you mentioned, I'm very big with what, like that really like spoke to me though, about paying my models, paying like the people that work with it. So I'm like, I really want to start finding a way to connect brands. Because one thing I've been noticing a lot with like some of the models I've been working with is they really want to get paid, right? Yeah. So I'm like, so I take it out of me. Instead of doing TFPs, I'm like, I'll pay you a certain amount just so that way we can do it. So I'm like,
for sure.
If I find businesses that are looking for models, you know what I mean, give them something they could take, something, whether it be like, okay, like it's a hairstylist, you give them a free haircut, or it's something, it's a trade y'all are able to get. So that's one thing I'm really working on, is trying to connect them.
Do you have a name for your like meetup or your...
At the moment, not it's for my app, it's Badger, and that's what I've been like really doing. And it's 12 o'clock. If you want, we could always do this.
No, you're good. Some other time. I'm waiting for this guy to text me, so he's probably gonna park in a little bit. So no, well, I guess that's what I'm saying. I don't mind doing like whenever you want. It can be once a month or however, because I know right now you're doing like every week, right? You're trying to...
Yeah, every week I'm doing the branding just so that way it's consistent with myself. It's like whether people come or not.
So like, I don't mind, because one, like, you know, the selfish part is it fills up our calendar, right? Doing a meetup where you're hosting the meetup. It's your meetup, it's your thing, it's your thing, but we collab together on it.
Of course.
And so it's like we introduce, you know, whatever you want to call your meetup, and we have intentional behind it, where we invite, you know, brands, companies, things like that, and then of course we invite, you know, photographers, models, whoever you want to target, to come to these, and basically, like, one, we have resources to like use different locations, right? And two, hopefully this will help you start to build out that list of people and start connecting like some of these like brands with models and with people, that way. And so like for us, like it's good for us because like I said, it's something that we can put on our calendar for people to come to. And we haven't done a lot where we invite businesses, to be honest with you. So that'd be something that I would be interested in to be able to kind of bring them into the fold of our meetups, you know. I mean, you know, if you want to talk more about what that looks like, and honestly, it would just be for us, like, you know, you can like use our platform basically to invite, you know, people to come, and maybe it wouldn't be like every week, but of course we can do like once a month where you do your Mondays, and then the end of the month or beginning of the month, we do something a little bit more broad and intentional. Of course. So but I'm down to do that.
That works.
I'm down.
Thank
I'm
you.
100%.
I appreciate you. Yeah, like anything I could do for you, like let me know. Like really, like if there's anything I could do to help you. Like, please, like,
I mean, there's always like our actual meetups, you know. I would love. I don't know have you ever been to an SC Creatives?
I've never been to an SC Creatives.
You would love it. I mean, so we have the next one we have coming is on Saturday. That one is a collab with another a nonprofit. That one we're calling Creative Nights. We do these things. It's at the Carver. I don't know if you've been to the Carver. It's a theater on the east side.
Okay.
But it's in the, there's a little space in the back called the Little Carver.
Okay.
So we're gonna be there.
At what time?
That one I think is at 6
p.m.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
And it's all on our story, our page. This one, Creative Nights, 6:30. But
okay. This Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's like the next thing that we just have.
Oh, this
right?
Saturday.
Yeah. And no worries if you can't make it. But we have other things coming up.
No, I'll definitely try to make that one.
And then we have on the, what is this date? This one is the 13th, the next Saturday. We're doing this vintage fashion show with Texas Quality Vintage. And that's going to be on Peacock Alley. So kind of like by the Alamo. And it's going to be huge, like, dude, like over 50 vendors, like. So I'm making it a meetup, right? Because I want people to come and take photos. But this one's like 12 to 5, so it's like a long event.
That works.
They're doing like live tattooing and food and sneakers and all this stuff. So, and they just reached out to us. They're like, "Hey, you want to like be a part of this?" And I was like, "Yeah, what do I need to do?" They're like, "Can we just put your logo on it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So then I didn't know she was gonna make us be like a part of it, because she, on her thing, it says Texas Quality Vintage and SA Creators Presents. So I'm like, what the heck? Okay, what do I need to do? And she was like, no, just make it a meetup and just show up. So, but those are great because, like I said, it's not like a lot of heavy lifting on our end, right? So I'm not mad at it, and it fills up our schedule. So, but yeah, man, we're always doing something, bro.
No, I hear you. And I really appreciate you reaching out and taking the time to meet up. Like,
yeah,
it really meant a lot.
Like, no, it's my heart, bro. Like, it really is my heart. Like, I don't, my favorite line I tell people that are either questioning about who I am or what I do, I always tell people, just ask about me.
Of course.
You know, if wherever you are, if people know who I am or they don't know who I am, just start asking about me. And there's not a lot of people in San Antonio that can say that confidently and know that everybody's gonna have something nice to say. So, but it truly is my heart. You know, a lot of people, they know I'm a devout Christian. I love God, but I'm not like I feel like I'm not a Christian who tries to like turn people to Christianity.
Yeah.
I just truly feel like the way that I should be is just to love people no matter what. And that's what I do.
I love that. Yeah.
That's what I do. That's it. I don't judge anybody. I have people on my team that believe in God, that don't believe in God, that, you know, have their own, you know, sexual preferences, and none of that matters when it comes to just loving each other and helping each other. And so I think that for me, it's been one of those beautiful things where I've been able to share my faith with people and they've accepted me. You know, like some of my teammates have accepted me for what I believe, and for me, I'm like, dude, that means so much in the world and the world that we live in, because there's always like so much divide when it comes to like political beliefs and all this stuff. And it's been really nice, and like for me to be around people like that, it's so inspiring to just continue sharing that. And at the end of the day, like I reflect on these days, and at the end of the day, like I sleep good because I know that no matter what happens, like I've done the best I can, you know, and people have done the best they can for me, and that's all it is. Like when people say, what's the secret of life? I tell them, you just love hard and you forgive harder.
Yeah.
And that's it. And you're going to be happy. And so that's what I try to do. And eat good food. I like to eat good food. So, but bro, man, it's been a pleasure, and I know it's not gonna be the last time.
It sure isn't. I'll definitely try my best to make it to that Saturday.
Yeah, and if not, you know, we have other things. I mean, there's gonna be tons of other things,
of course.
So you know, don't think you're missing out, because we're gonna have a lot of other stuff. So come this Saturday, December 6th, from 6:30 to I don't know when it's gonna end, but anyway, whatever. Bye.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much.
Of course, man.